Pay to win, pay to win, pay to win, pay to win. Howdy guys, Kahuna Cowboy here. I want to take just a few minutes and kind of address the new buzzwords that's really circling around Call of Duty lately, and that is pay to win. I am hearing that a lot lately since these advanced supply drops have reared their ugly heads. And let me just kind of go over what pay to win is, what it isn't, and how this is not pay to win. I'm also going to say that I'm not defending these advanced supply drops. As far as I'm concerned, they can go straight to hell. I think they're an awful, awful precedent for Call of Duty, but at the same time, I do want to clarify exactly what pay to win is and what this truly is for these advanced supply drops, besides being bullshit. Now, pay to win, let me give an example. I used to play a Facebook app, and that app was called Kingdoms of Camelot. It was the precursor to what is now Clash of Clans. And much like Clash of Clans, you would build up your castle and your armies, and you would then go out and attack other rivals. And it was a very long and tedious and arduous process, and when you lost and you had your resources raided, it was pretty devastating because you spent literally weeks building, if not months, building up your castle and your armies. So it was a bit of a chore. Now, what a lot of people would do in that game is they would spend their real money, being it was a free game. This is how they would justify it in their mind. And then they would go ahead and spend their real money to buy these power-ups. For instance, one of the ones that really ticked me off the most was they would buy these ones where they could warp their castles in right next door to mine. So when I was offline, they could come in, warp their castles in, and just send their armies in 10 or 15 seconds and just wipe me off the map and take everything I had. I mean, just literally hang me upside down, shake me out until my pockets were empty, and then warp away, all within a period of minutes. And now, instead of doing it from their normal positions of where they were at, which would take them the better part of an hour to send their armies to march, if not hours, they did it in seconds. And they spent $5, $8, $10 sometimes to do this with, if not more. And there was no defense inside the confines of the gameplay for this. There was no way for me to defend against that, or anybody. And that was frustrating. That is what pay to win is. Absolutely pay to win. The only possible defense was for somebody to spend their own money and buy a power-up of their own to prevent them from being attacked. And that was the only possible way. That is what pay to win is. What these advanced supply drops are pay for a chance at an advantage. We all know that there's these elite guns and professional guns like the Obsidian Steed, the ASM-1 Speakeasy, the Strider, the Poner, the Hole Puncher, that are better variants than the standard versions. We all know this. We all want them. If you don't have them now, we want to get them in supply drops. Sledgehammer saw this, they wanted to monetize on that. That's just the American way, I guess. Now, I really hate the fact that Sledgehammer felt like they haven't bilked us of enough money yet. I mean, here we are spending $60 for a game and, what, $50 for a yearly pass for DLC. And now microtransactions for cool camos, and now microtransactions to get guns that are good, or at least better. That irritates me, and I don't particularly like that. But at the same time, it's not detrimental that we have these guns. We can still absolutely win with a standard BAL 27, or ARX 160, or ASM-1. It is still possible. Now, in my example, there was no way to beat somebody that would warp in and just be right next door and send their armies in a matter of seconds. I would literally have to be looking at my screen for that to happen. So that's the difference between pay to win and pay for a chance of an advantage. And that's what these advanced supply drops are. Now, with all that said, let me give you my definition of truly what pay to win is. Pay to win is you are paying for an advantage that is not found in the confines of the standard gameplay, that is completely undefensible and unbeatable within the standard gameplay. That is my definition of pay to win. Drifter just did a good video about pay to win. Even though I do disagree with him on a few points, he kind of called these advanced supply drops pay for a chance to win. I don't agree with that. I think Drifter's a wonderful broadcaster, YouTuber, Twitch guy, very, very knowledgeable, has wonderful channels. I don't agree with him on that particular point. Again, I think this is at best pay for a chance of a slight advantage with these gun variants. And even then, more than likely, from what I'm seeing, people that are buying these, they're getting made into clothes. And boy, oh boy, am I tired of clothes in this game. This is Barbie's dream prom for boys now, and I could really give a shit about the clothes. I'm really hoping the next Call of Duty with Treyarch, they're really going to calm down with some of these microtransactions, but I know Treyarch is not at all immune to the microtransactions. They kind of really kicked it off pretty big with Black Ops 2 with the gun camos. But hopefully they'll maybe tame it down a little bit in the next game. We'll see how it goes. But either way, I wanted to clear up exactly what pay to win is, what it isn't, and why this term needs to be calmed down a little bit, because it's starting to sound a little ridiculous. But guys, I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and catch you on the next video. Bye-bye.